tutorial about using sorting in spreadsheets to isolate and group data that is either incorrect or doesn't fit. So often people will use filters or copying and pasting data into other sheets and all kinds of ways to try to find data that doesn't belong or data that's incorrect. But the easiest way to do it is to sort everything in a sheet. And the only reliable way to sort everything in a sheet is not to highlight columns, but rather to click in this upper left-hand corner here, which highlights the entire sheet. If you do this, then there's no chance of having a problem when you sort. If you don't highlight that way, if you instead highlight columns like this and hope that you got them all, there is the chance that you might miss some, especially if someone has hidden the first couple of rows. And if you miss highlighting that, then all of your data will be rendered utterly useless, and I will be aggravated. So even when you have hidden columns, if you highlight this way by clicking in the upper left, you will get everything. So that's number one. Now that I've highlighted everything, I go to Data, Sort Range. I'm going to mention that, select that it has a header row, and I want to look at state, because I know this spreadsheet has some problems with the state field. So I'm going to go over and look at state. Here we are, and I'm going to scroll down. I already know that I fixed some of these, so I'm not going to get too crazy, but I'm going to just start looking for problems. So here's one. I've got a zip code and I've got a town. I happen to know that Palatine is a town in Illinois, and I recognize this as a Illinois zip code, so I have that advantage over you. But even if I didn't know, I could go Control C and take a look at that zip code, and boom, Illinois, Palatine, yes, I'm right. So I know that this is not whatever the heck this is. I know that in fact it's Illinois. So that's one easy thing. And then if I sometimes you get a group of things that are wrong. Right? All of these should be U.S. states. None of them is even close to a U.S. state. So I can, by the fact that I sorted on state, means that all of these problem areas are grouped together for me, so I can efficiently fix them much more quickly than if I had to review every single row of data. And this can be applied a few other ways as well. When I sort by a particular row, if I want to know if there are blank rows in the state column, if I go to the bottom, I can see that in fact I have quite a few blank fields for state in this spreadsheet. So that's fine. That's an easy way to actually count how many I have by sorting it that way. And finally, if I have a field like email where there's a chance that there might be duplicates, I can sort on email address, and I can go take a look at the list. Now this is a little bit harder because there's a lot to look through, but if I have them grouped together alphabetically like this, it's a lot easier for me to see if I've got a duplicate than if I were to just try to figure that out in any other way. So these are some shortcuts to reviewing large amounts of data that you can use by selective sorting of spreadsheets.